I've wanted a 3D printer for a while now, and as you can see right there, it's finally here. So like I said, this has been a long time coming. Just ask anyone close to me, especially my girlfriend. She's had to listen to me talk about 3D printers for a good while. And one of the really common questions that I got from people when I was talking about it was, well, what would you even actually print? I mean, everyone says that, oh, it could do so many things, but then when they actually get one, they don't know what to print and they don't end up printing as much as they probably thought they would, or as much as they said they would. And for me, now that I got one, there are so many, there is a list and it is expanding pretty much daily on what I want to make. And the stuff on that list is just things from all different categories. Just like everyday useful stuff like cable holders or bag clips, to fun stuff like, you know, D&D minis or dice trays, to actually like larger stuff. Let me show you. Yeah, larger stuff like this Dolce Gusto capsule holder thing. Not sponsored. And these are just the first things that I've done in my first less than a week. But I'm not here to talk about 3D printing in general. I'm here to talk about, is it worth it to get a 3D printer as a photographer? Could you actually get some proper use out of it in your photography stuff? Well, I have a great example of this. You know that you might have it on your camera, you might not, but that little flash sync port with the little plastic cap? Well, on my Lumix GH5, I actually lost mine. And I wanted to keep all of the weather sealing okay and all that, so I needed a new cap. And for me, at least here in Finland, ordering it on AliExpress, it cost me 10 euros for that itty bitty small plastic cap, which is just ridiculous. Now, if I had a 3D printer back then, like that, I could have just printed a new one. And that's the whole point. Well, not the whole point. That's a part of the point. Because there are so many small and useful and medium-sized things that you can simply just make for yourself based on your needs on a moment's notice if you have a 3D printer. Let me just give you a few examples. If you lost your hot shoe cover, for example, well, print a new one. If you need a new lens hood, well, print a new one. Make it whatever the shape you want. And that goes for more stuff like a lens cap, a body cap, a filter ring adapter, which can go for 50 euros here in Finland. Or you can just print it for cents. And this works. It's a prototype, it's a proof of concept. This is not what the finished thing would look like if I was to actually make myself one. This is a step down ring actually, by the way. But this works, and that's the point. But let's go beyond the actually obvious ones. I really want, I've wanted for a little while, a sort of a clamp or a stand or something that would allow me to take my extra light stands, or one of them, and then hang one of those foldable 3D, no, not 3D, one of those foldable diffusion or bounce circles. You know what I'm talking about? And I would also want to be able to adjust the angle at which it would sit. I know those exist, but they're stupidly expensive or hard to find, especially here in Finland. Now, I can just design one and print it out myself for nothing. Or maybe you want some simple stands to hold up a background paper for your mini product shoots. there are files all ready to be downloaded for that on sites like Thingiverse. It has been absolutely wild looking around at the stuff that I use for my photography, whether it's products, at how many things are just 100% plastic. And now, whatever those things are, I can make them myself. And I mean, if nothing else, I can print my own picture frames. Sure, I agree, nothing beats a good wooden picture frame, or a good metallic one possibly as well, but at least won't have to buy this big one here is from IKEA and it costs like €2, I think. I could just print that now and be done with it. And of course the hooks from which to hang it on the ceiling, I can print those too. And this is only the stuff that I've come up with within my first week. I haven't thought about anything else except the clamp before, and now that I am thinking about it, it's like you open the floodgates. Sure, everything that I've mentioned that have found files for, I'll link it in the description, so if you want like that background paper holder thing, you can find it in the description. But if you have any ideas yourself or things that you've thought of that could be great to print, I would love to hear of those. And so put them in the comments below. It would be awesome if we can just share stuff that we could actually use as photographers. But all in all, for me, getting a 3D printer so far has really opened up a lot of doors and given me a chance, I would say, to make my photography process easier and, more importantly, cheaper. Now, I am aware that if you do live in like a bigger country than, well, Finland, so almost any country in the world, you can probably get things like lens caps, lens hoods, hot shoe covers on sites like Amazon or something like that for a lot cheaper. For me here, that kind of availability is extremely limited, so that's not really an option for me. Like I said, the simple step-up ring from I think it was a 55 to 72, set you back €50. €50 in Finland, ridiculous. Of course you can order it on sites like AliExpress, but at that point, I can just make it myself, and it's gonna be the same quality as the stuff that comes off from sites like AliExpress or Temu or something like that. But now, all of you photographers that have 3D printers, please tell me all of your experiences with 3D printed stuff. What have you printed? What would you like to print? And has there been any sort of failings? What kind of experiences have you had? Let me know all of those in the comments below. And for me personally, for the most part, I feel like the things that I want done haven't been done yet. So I'm going to be making those. So I guess I need to start learning Blender. This is a whole new avenue of things I need to use my spare time on that I don't have any. Awesome. But in any case, thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you all next time. Okay? Have a good one. Bye.